Hey, I'm Danny, aka Topless. Today, we're going to climb Mount Whitney. About 750-60 miles into the Pacific Crest Trail. And we're taking a side trail to climb the west side of Mount Whitney. The east side's actually closed because there was a fire like last week. So we're pretty lucky that we actually get to go up it. But that's the plan today. We're going to go up Mount Whitney, come back down to the PCT, and camp because it's going to take all day. Actually, I'm going to have to check how much elevation it is because that's going to be, I think it's 14,000 feet. And right now I'm at like 10,000 feet. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be good. Ah, so that's a marmot. Sort of like a groundhog. He's just chilling. All right, it's about 6:30. I'm up and moving. The sun is still not crested that mountain that I got photos of this morning, but it's about to. The sky's blue now. It's no longer sunrise colored. So it's 9 miles to Mount Whitney. I believe that's 9 miles to the peak, not the base. I hope it is. That's kind of what I did all my math on. So 9 miles in, and then 9 miles back to the PCT. So that's like 18 right there. And then I'm gonna go as far as I can north on the PCT before I camp tonight. Because I just looked at my food again. I did a pretty good job just kind of rationing the last 2 days. So I've got plenty of calories to get me up Mount Whitney and plenty of calories to get me back into civilization, which is great. So Mount Whitney today, pass, I think it's Keurig Pass or Kearsarge Pass, back to town, which is Independence. A lot of people are hopping from Independence to Bishop. What it comes down to is there gonna be some kind of like big like hiker hotspot? For example, Hiker Town. For example, KOA, Grumpy Bears. Like, what was it? In Big Bear, there's a place called Kenny's. If there's some Trail Angel magic hotspot, I will go. It's a great way to meet people and swap stories. So speaking of swapping stories, last night I ran into one of the people I camped with the night before. So the night before I camped with the dog, Rudolph, Rooster, and Bagel. And tonight, or last night rather, I ran into Bagel and we got to chatting and we camped. She's from Boston and she's in nursing school to be a doctor. So she's like halfway through her program. So it's pretty cool to meet a doctor out here. So yeah, what I'm really finding is that half this adventure is all the people you meet. Get to hear everybody's story. And you get to bump into them again and again and hear a little bit more of the story, which I think is awesome. Bagel actually got separated from her group, which was the people we camped the night before. And so I'm actually have a message with me if I happen to run into any of them on where she plans on camping tonight so that they can find her or they can find each other in the next couple days. But that's kind of how it goes. Like, no cell phone signal out here. And she lent her GPS device to one of the other guys because he was going off on his own. So yeah, they'll figure it out. I know they will. In the meantime, hopefully I'll run into one of them in the climb to Mount Whitney. It's only a one-way trail, not a one-way trail. There's only one trail. So even though they're faster than me, I'll probably pass them on my way up while they're on their way down. So cool, side quest. All right, a couple more things. First of all, My pack is so light with next to no food and next to no water that I had to stop and look around and figure out, like, did I forget something? But yeah, it's super light. Also, on this walk up to where the PCT meets the JMT being the John Muir Trail, which goes up Mount Whitney. I've already passed 2 people from Kennedy Meadows, AWOL, and I forget the other gentleman's name. But yeah, they were telling me it's gorgeous. It's 14,500 foot of elevation to the top of Mount Whitney. And for us, that's like a 4,000 foot elevation change from here. So they said it's kind of intense. But there are some bear boxes at a camp coming up. So you can actually like put your stuff in a bear box and slack pack it to the top of Whitney. And at first I was like, that's no big deal. But just this walk, which is slightly uphill, actually just getting ready in my tent this morning, I kept getting out of breath. So I think I might just take advantage of a bear box, cram all my stuff into my sack liner and put it in a bear box. My sack liner has my name on it, and climb Whitney with a fraction of the weight, which I think is gonna make a big difference. Whew. But yeah, it turns out AWOL said Sunshine and Tidbits are in the area. That group was at Mad Max, Blade. Oh, and it turns out AWOL knows Rudolph, so she was asking about him. So, and I tipped AWOL off that Bagel was back at the junction she was about to hit, and Bagel was kind of packing up, so say hello. So, had a cute moment with with AWOL. She said, there's a lot of hikers up ahead, but half of them are all JMT hikers, and you could kind of tell the difference. They're just kind of, and I forget the way she said it, but my response was, oh, you mean they're not like battle hardened? They haven't been through the desert for 700 miles? She's like, yeah, that. Oh, and the last thing I needed to mention was my phone's battery is getting low. One of my backup batteries is dead. My second backup battery is almost dead. So I'm not sure how much footage I'm gonna get today or tomorrow. So let's hope the battery holds out. Of course I'm worried about my battery, and I run into like gorgeous little spots like this. Watch this valley. This like cute little valley filled in with trees with the mountain behind it and blue skies. Yeah. I just ran into Sheldon, who is the son of the woman who gave us a hitch into, I think, Cabazon was the name of it, under the I-10 pass, underpass. So keep running into him, which is fun. So it sounds like that whole group, Tidbits and everybody, they're gonna be in Bishop, not tonight, but tomorrow night. So I'm gonna do this hike and try to catch up to where they're gonna camp tonight. Sounds like they're kind of taking it slow, which is great. So I have a good chance of catching up, I think. Come on, Sierras. I don't have enough battery life for all this awesomeness. All right, there's a hiker walking across those bushes by the trail, just for scale. I just want to show you what the trail has become. Like, I'm walking on these rocks. You see this line of rocks right here? That tells me the trail goes this way. Not the easiest to spot anymore, but holy cow, it just keeps going. I just realized that I'm going to talk about direction a lot today because there's a lot of locations involved. So I'm just going to get a screenshot from my GutHooks app to show you. I'm going east to Mount Whitney. The PCT runs south to north, and there's two branches or two trails that run out towards Whitney. And I'm taking the bottom one out to Mount Whitney. I'm gonna hopefully take the top one back to the PCT. Wow, they just don't end. It's like a lake. Holy cow. Wow. After living in the city for so long, I'm amazed places like this still exist. Look at this crazy awesome lake. And it's nestled in these mountains. Unbelievable. I can barely fit it all in frame. All right, so my battery's low and I'm running out of memory. So I just deleted Audible and basically Spotify to get minutes back for footage. And I'm turning off my phone so I don't waste any more on these awesome little spots before I get to the top. So powering down now. Next, you'll have a view from the top. All right, guys, I keep turning my phone back on because it's too cool. Let me show you this. It's this gorgeous lake. We're completely surrounded by mountains. They're all rocky. Look at those clouds in the distance and those shadows on the mountain. Wow. And then these mountains just are even higher. I'm just like awe-inspired. You feel so tiny in this spot. Everything's so vast. I'm so lucky with these clouds because all of this is exposed in the sun normally. But yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen my video on the theory to heaven, but welcome to my heaven. All right, I have no idea how far I am from the top, but I had to stop and show you. Look at this valley. Incredible. That lake way down there, that's where I got my last footage. And since then, there's these two other lakes that are way higher up. Look how still they are. All that is snow melt. The valley just keeps going. I have no idea how close I am to the top, but it is straight up. It's incredible how far you can see and how much is behind those mountains I was taking photos of earlier. There's the lake down there. It's just gorgeous. And right in front of me, this is the trail. And off this way, I'm seeing where I'm going. That's the peak way over there. Wow, I've come so incredibly far. It's gorgeous back there. And I still, I have this much to go. All right, here we are at the top. There's a building up here. There's a registry right there that I just signed. Danny lives. And I'm about to go to the top back there. All right. Let's see how high we can go. It's a little, it doesn't come up to one point. There's a bunch of giant rocks up here. So let's just try every direction. So here's this direction. Wow. I'm gonna go down and look at this lake. Look at that. It's incredible. Oh. right, now let's take a quick look over here. Wow. Gorgeous. Oh, and I just caught Rooster as he's rolling up. All right, so maybe it's the altitude, but I just had to gush some gratitude. 700 miles through the desert, 14.5 in elevation. You get a lot of time to think. And I have to admit, like, man, I am so grateful for all these opportunities. And I'm so grateful for all the people in my life who have gotten me here. All the people I've met along the way, bumped in on the journey. It's been incredible. And I just want to take a moment to say, all I'm trying to say is I'm so thankful for the life I have and all the choices I've been able to make. I'm so thankful for all the opportunities and experience. I'm so thankful for all of you who have touched my life and any point along the journey. Thank you so much. And I never in a million years would have imagined going on an adventure like the PCT or standing at the top of a mountain, like the biggest mountain in the US, the lower 48. And it's just unbelievable where life can take you. And you can go anywhere. If you hear this message and you get anything out of it, it's just that remember that you can friggin' do anything. You just gotta say yes to adventure. You just gotta say hell yes and start. So please do. So Rose, she spots heart-shaped rocks. She just does it all the time. And we started the PCT together, but we haven't been able to hike together lately. And I started spotting these heart-shaped rocks after we split, basically. And I left her one in Kennedy Meadows, and I sent her photos on how to get to it. So I'm gonna leave her this heart-shaped rock that I carried to the top of Mount Whitney. And I'm gonna hide it right now, and I'm gonna tell her where it is. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this straight to this building. So Rose, later when you find this, right here is the registry. So around the corner from the registry, I'm gonna go, let's say, right here in this bottom corner, there's a stack of rocks. And I'm gonna basically put this right there. So that'll be there when you get here. All right, I wish I could stay up here forever, but I barely have enough food to get to town tomorrow night. And I have a quarter of a liter of water to get the 8 miles back down. So looks like I'm gonna have to get rolling, even though there is an amazing, amazing effect here of just feeling like you've come to some pinnacle moment in your life and just an incredible accomplishment of just, I don't know. I feel like I'm like sitting in the throne of the planet. Like it's just so incredibly epic that I'm just on top of the world. And you have to earn it. I mean, you have to get here. So it's a pretty incredible experience, and I'm really, really lucky that I got a chance to be here. So, and now we get to walk back down. My phone has like less than 10% left, but I turned it back on just for this incredible, incredible sunset. So real quick, before my phone dies, summited Mount Whitney, came back down, phone's basically dead. I ran into some PCT hikers that I don't really know, but I kind of recognized. And I was like, hey guys, my phone's dead. I have no idea how to get back to the trail. Can I follow you? And they're like, yes, let's go. And they're like, can you do 5 miles or 8 miles? That's what we're going to do. And I'm like, yes, it's exactly what I need. Because I need 8 miles so that tomorrow I've only got like 20 miles to get back to civilization when my food runs out. Anyways, so they start to go and they are fast. They are quick. There's like 3 of them and they're like, and I'm trying to keep up with them. And then they're like going downhill and they're bouncing off rocks. They're like jumping like gazelles. And I'm like trying to keep up with them. So I'm like doing the same thing. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, look, I'm a gazelle. I'm a gazelle. And then like halfway through it, my energy just went, and now I'm a zombie. So like, it's like I'm walking like 1.5 miles an hour. In our first break, they said that we went 3.7 miles in an hour. Like, holy crap, that is the fastest I've gone. But now I'm at like 1.5. So I'll do this last, I don't know, I think it's 2 more miles and catch up with them, but I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with them tomorrow. So, but anyways, that's all the stuff that happened since I turned my phone off at the top of Whitney. And tomorrow, probably no video at all because I'm less than 10%. So I'll see you guys in a couple days, hopefully in Bishop.